Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The most recent GSO 2040 Comprehensive Plan Quarterly Report has been released by Greensboro's Planning Department. The report tracks the implementation of progress made across the city toward reaching identified goals for future growth. This is available online along with other planning information. The quarterly update summarizes some of the most important data and trends shaping the future of Greensboro. A few examples include impacts of the new urban loop, which highlights renewed emphasis on improvements to local streets to incorporate different types of transportation. This helps move the needle toward Greensboro becoming a car-optional city by 2040. The city's commitment of $5 million in bonds toward the Greensboro Housing Fund will help provide more affordable housing, which is one of the strategies of creating great places. A total of 6,800 lights were replaced throughout Melvin Municipal Office Building. The work is part of the Engineering and Inspection Department's Energy Fund. Stay up to date on GSO 2040 implementation reports by signing up to receive an email whenever a new report is posted on the website. To subscribe, enter your contact information on the e-Notify page of the website and select GSO 2040 in the News section. The city's International Advisory Committee, or IAC, is holding its leadership team elections next month. Established in 2008, the IAC is the voice of the city's international community, presenting to the Human Rights Commission and the City Council. Since 2015, Greensboro's immigrant and refugee communities have held biennial elections. Applicants must be at least 18 years old to run for one of the following roles: chair, vice chair, secretary, and executive member. Interested parties should complete the online application no later than 5 p.m. on Tuesday, March 21st. Candidates must attend an online information session prior to the election. Applicants who meet the listed requirements will be placed on the ballot. Voting happens on April 21st and April 22nd during a resource fair for newcomers. It takes place at the Greensboro Coliseum Terrace at 1921 Westgate City Boulevard. An online training session will be offered to volunteers on April 12th and April 13th. For more information, visit the city's website or contact Jody Stanley at 336-373-2038. As part of the goal to make Greensboro a car-optional city, the Greensboro Department of Transportation, or GDOT, is adding bike lanes on North Elm Street and Willow Street Road. The bike lanes are part of the city's annual spring paving program. On North Elm Street, a new bike lane will run from Fisher Avenue at the edge of downtown to Northwood Street next to Moses Cone Hospital. Willow Road will be outfitted with a bike lane and shared lane markings called sharrows. These will be visible from Gate City Boulevard to Interstate 40. The route passes by Dudley High School. GDOT supports bike facilities such as bike lanes and sharrows as a way to encourage more people to ride their bike. Biking is a cost-effective, environmentally friendly, and healthy means of transportation. The city's bicycle and pedestrian plan calls for adding new bicycling facilities. So far, GDOT has added 125 miles. For more information about bike lanes and other facilities, visit the city's website. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
It is estimated that 30 to 40% of children do not get enough sleep. Does your child get enough rest? So sleep is so important to health, whether you're 8 or 80 years old. It's a time for your body to restore and rebuild and for your brain to process all of the new information it's learned throughout the day. But it's even more important for children and teenagers because it has such a direct impact on their physical and mental development. According to the National Sleep Foundation, children between the ages of 1 to 2 need 11 to 14 hours of sleep throughout a 24-hour period. Ages 3 to 5 need 11 to 13 hours of sleep throughout a 24-hour period. School-aged children between 6 and 13 need 9 to 11 hours of sleep at night. And teenagers between 14 and 17 years need 8 to 10 hours of sleep at night. But teenagers, when they hit puberty, it does affect their sleep-wake cycle, so it does make it harder for them to fall asleep in an earlier hour. So signs that your child may not be getting enough sleep: if they have hyperactivity, trouble focusing in school, a very difficult time waking them up in the mornings, or falling asleep at school. So what can we as parents do to ensure that our child gets a good night's rest? First, you need to make sleep a priority in your house. Educate your children on why sleep is important and why they need so much sleep, and be a good role model as a parent and let them see that sleep is a priority to you. Next, you need to be consistent. And need consistent bedtime and wake-up times, regardless whether it's a weekday, a weekend, or a school break. It's okay to occasionally let your child stay up later than normal or sleep in later than normal, but don't make this a habit, because this will make it harder for them to get back into the routine, and it may lead to sleep problems. They also need a consistent bedtime routine. For younger children, this could be taking a warm bath, reading them a book, having a few minutes of snuggle time. For older children and teenagers, it can be a hot shower, reading themselves a book, or listening to calming music. You do want to limit screen time and keep all electronic devices out of the bedroom. Electronic devices such as TVs, cell phones, laptops, tablets, all of these can seriously impact your child's ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. The lights and glow from these devices actually stimulate their brain. It can cause frequent awakenings throughout the night. Next, you need to limit their caffeine. Sodas, coffee drinks, energy drinks, all of these will stimulate the child and make it very hard for them to fall asleep. And you also need to be aware of chocolate, because it also has caffeine in it. Next, you need to get your child exercising. Anything to keep them active during the day will help them sleep better at night. And keep your child's bedroom comfortable. A cool temperature is an ideal sleeping environment. You might want to consider room darkening shades if there's outside light that interferes with their sleep. And a white noise machine can always be good to help drown out outside noise. When children get the recommended hours of sleep, it helps them focus better, whether it's a toddler learning how to walk or a teenager learning how to drive. Studies show that when children get the hours of sleep that they need, they're less likely to make unhealthy choices, they're less likely to have behavior problems, and teenagers are less likely to have car accidents. If you're still concerned about your child's sleep patterns, please consult your child's pediatrician or family physician. They may want to order a sleep study for your child at our sleep disorder center. Most sleep disorders can be easily diagnosed and treated. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found these tips helpful. For more information, go to conehealth.com/sleep. I'm Ginger Van Ness.
Smoother roads are in your future if you live in the city limits of Greensboro, and the city is partnering with the school district to celebrate Arbor Day. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The city of Greensboro will spend more than $10 million to pave 80 miles of roads this year alone. This marks the largest paving contract in the city's history, and the work is already underway. Nearly 60 roads were selected based on the Field Operations Department evaluating the pavement conditions as well as other factors such as traffic volume, safety, and utility construction schedules. 12 roads will be evaluated by the Department of Transportation for possible redesign, including safety improvements. To review the list of roads slated for paving and to learn which roads are being evaluated for possible redesign projects, visit the city's website. The City of Greensboro and Guilford County Schools are partnering to plant trees near local public schools that need trees due primarily to environmental enhancement and deforestation. The city has been recognized by the Arbor Day Foundation as an active Tree City USA community for more than 30 years, showing progress and commitment to urban forestry, community improvement, and civic pride. This new partnership will begin with a tree planting event at Dudley High School at 11 a.m. Friday, March 17th to coincide with North Carolina's Arbor Day. Greensboro's Chief Sustainability Officer, Dr. Shree Dorastent, said with the strong support from community stakeholders such as Guilford County Schools, the city will continue working to promote environmental stewardship while building social equity and creating a resilient economy through proven sustainability practices. 65 trees will be planted along Tuscaloosa Street near the Dudley High School football stadium. Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn will read an Arbor Day proclamation before volunteers begin planting the trees. The Greensboro Planning, Parks and Recreation, and Field Operation departments, along with Guilford County Schools, will prepare the planting sites prior to the event. Volunteers, including students, will work in small groups to plant the trees. In other sustainability news, the inaugural #Live Green Awards is being hosted by Greensboro's Office of Sustainability and the Community Sustainability Council. As part of Greensboro's path toward becoming a more sustainable community, the #Live Green Awards has been created to recognize leadership in sustainable business practices. Greensboro residents are invited to submit nominations in one of the following categories: Community Sustainability Leadership, Energy Wise, Friend of Sustainability, In Touch with Nature, Quality of Life, Waste Not, and Water Wise. The winner in each category will be presented an award and recognized at the Earth Day event on Saturday, April 22nd, taking place at the Greensboro Farmers Curb Market. Nominations must be submitted online by March 22nd and include supporting documentation in order to qualify. For more information, contact the Office of Sustainability and Resilience at 336-373-2860. The weather is starting to feel more and more like spring each day. This is an ideal time to become one with the outdoors. Coming up after the break, we'll teach you a couple of ways to score some conservation points. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Composting is the natural process of recycling organic matter such as leaves and food scraps, creating a valuable fertilizer that can enrich soil and plants. Joining me now to tell us how you can compost in the comfort of your home is Macy DeMoss. She is the Recycling and Waste Reduction Educator for the City of Greensboro. Hello, Macy. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So this is that time of the year. The weather is nice. People are getting outdoors. Explain in more detail the benefits of backyard composting.
So backyard composting is great for, number one, enriching your garden, creating more nutrients for your soil. And it's also great for the environment because about 24% of MSW, or municipal solid waste, pretty much what we send to the landfill, is food waste. Okay. And any way that we can cut that down is going to be better for the environment because when food waste goes to the landfill, it actually creates methane, which is a greenhouse gas. So we don't want to create any of that if possible. And composting is one great way to keep your food waste down because you can compost things like food scraps and some other things we'll get into.
Okay, let's get into it. So what can you put in the backyard compost bin?
So in your backyard compost bin, you should put in things like fruit and vegetable scraps, so like banana peels, potato skins.
Apple cores.
Yes, exactly. Celery, and we actually have some examples here. They're not real, but.
Okay.
So like, maybe you've got some lemon wedges left over. You can put those in there. Orange peels, you can put those in there, or if this stuff goes bad, you can't eat it anymore, you can put it in your compost, so the nutrients at least go back into the soil instead of going to a landfill where they won't go back into the soil.
Okay.
You can also put things like paper towels and napkins, a lot of different paper products, as long as they're not really contaminated or anything, you can put those in your compost bin as well and keep them from going to a landfill. Okay. And then you can put in things like leaves and sticks, yard waste, and that keeps the the city from having to pick it up, and it keeps the nutrients in your yard.
Okay, so everything in here is going in your yard.
Yeah, you can go put it in your backyard compost. It'll break down, and then once it's done breaking down, you can add it to your garden for soil amendment.
Okay, I think you can tell I have not tried this.
You should.
I should. So let's get to the point where I can. So you have a sale that takes place where you can purchase the bin, and then also something called a rain barrel.
Yes.
Tell us about the sale and when does it take place?
Yeah, so the backyard compost bin and rain barrel sale is happening now through April 21st. You can buy these bins online at greensboro-nc.gov/bin barrel sale, and it's just a great program to get discounted rain barrels, which are actually made in North Carolina, and they're made from recycled materials.
Of course.
So that's awesome.
Yes.
And you can, like I said, buy them online, and we have a pickup day of May 6th at the White Street landfill.
Okay, now why do you sell the rain barrels?
Yeah, so we sell the rain barrels to, it kind of reduces the amount of stormwater runoff, and you can get that rainwater and use it to water your garden, water your plants, so it can help cut down your water bill too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big irrigation bill this summer because we haven't had any snow, so I'm predicting we're going to have dry grass. That's not scientific. I'm just making that
just
up.
a guess.
Now, you told us how to purchase the barrels online and to pick them up at the White Street landfill. What about composting class? You were kind of giving us a crash course. Do you have actual classes coming up?
Yeah, so we do composting 101 classes at Keeley Park. We have the next one coming up April 20th. So you can look on our Facebook and see a sign up there. And it's really fun. Keeley Park is an awesome place to go to learn about composting. It's just a cool park in general, but they do have composting demonstration sites, which have like a bunch of different ways to compost there, and you can read our little board there. It's really cool.
Okay, well, Macy, you are always a wealth of knowledge. Thank you for stopping by to teach us the benefits of composting and why we should invest in the bins and the barrels. So we look forward to your next visit with even more recycling tips.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorsett Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Vacant, abandoned, or tax delinquent properties will fall under the city's proposed community land trusts, or CLTs. This is a way to free up these properties to create more affordable housing options. City staff invites the public to discuss CLTs. This includes residents, lenders, and community partners interested in learning more. A series of community land trust housing with lasting affordability meetings will take place at various city locations. Hemp Hill Library from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Wednesday, March 15th. Barber Park Event Center from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Wednesday, March 15th. McGirt-Horton Library from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Thursday, March 16th, and Peeler Recreation Center from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursday, March 16th. The city's community land trusts for redevelopment will initially focus on Eastside Park, Old Ashboro, and Willow Oaks. The reinvestment focus areas will include Dudley Heights, Glenwood, Kings Forest, the Mill District, and Random Woods. For more information, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here are some of the special events happening this weekend on the town. Triad Stage presents the feisty feminist comedy The Revolutionists, March 14th through April 2nd. The PG-13 play by Laura Gunderson profiles 4 women living boldly during the French Revolution. It considers violence and legacy, arts and activism, and how we go about changing the world. Tickets start at $15. Get yours at triadstage.org. Head outside for the last installment of Winter Wanderings, a hiking series on city trails. Meet in the Lake Brant Marina parking lot on March 18th at noon to walk the Nathaniel Green Trail. This free hike covers about 3 miles. Register at www.greensboro-nc.gov. Basketball and music fans unite for the Tournament Town Block Party March 18th in downtown Greensboro. The fun starts on Elm Street near Hamburger Square around 3 p.m. And at 6, multi-platinum country music artist Michael Ray takes the stage for a free show. Learn more about the party and the college athletics championships in our city at tournamenttown.com. Pajama Jam comes to the Greensboro Science Center March 18th for a night of family-friendly fun. Enjoy a meal from Chick-fil-A, special science talks, face painting, carousel rides, and other activities. Tickets cost $18 for ages 3 and up, $15 for Science Center members. Reserve your spot online at greensborosciencecenter.org. Wrestling fans, don't miss the Slammin' Sickle Cell fundraiser March 18th at the Peeler Rec Center. Sponsored by the Just One Foundation and Carter's Corner. See professional wrestlers from the Next Revelation Lucha Libre. Tickets cost $8 with kids 12 and under admitted free. Proceeds benefit the Piedmont Health Services and Sickle Cell Agency. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. Singer Kay Marion will host the Greensboro residency for original works from March 13th to April 16th at the Greensboro Cultural Center. During the residency, Marion will explore the development of Black musical traditions across a variety of genres. Public workshops will include listening sessions, sound healing circles, and a performance with a marketplace of local vendors. Recognized within her community as a political organizer and activist, in 2018, Marion transitioned from political advocacy to a full-time career in the performing arts after spending 4 years representing nonprofit organizations. Passionate about musical and non-musical theater, Marion has performed with a variety of community organizations such as We Are One Greensboro Community and the North Carolina Black Repertory Theater Company. All events are free and registration is not required. GROW is located at the entrance of the Greensboro Cultural Center located at 200 North Davie Street. To learn more about the residency, visit the city's website. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to Greensboro Parks and Recreation. The Adaptive and Inclusive Recreation Division will give swim lessons to people with disabilities. Participants should be at least 3 years old. Swimmers are grouped by age. The class is $175 and you can register online. Lessons take place the week of June 19th at the Greensboro Aquatic Center. Lessons last up to 60 minutes each day and a caregiver must accompany the swimmer. For more information or to volunteer, visit the city's website. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO. Plus, GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.